BYU enjoying a great basketball season, probably the best college basketball season of their program's history. But they suspended their starting forward, Brandon Davies, for the remainder of the season after they violated the school's honor code. And let's listen to some of these codes that we have here. One of them is be honest, live a chaste and virtuous life, obey the law and all campus policies, clean language, respect, abstain from alcoholic beverages, participate in church services, dress and grooming standards, encourage others in their commitment to comply with the honor code. All right, Chris, that's a lot, man.
That's serious. Well, first of all, how many coaches does it knock out just that first line, be honest? I mean, several coaches in today's power programs couldn't coach there, so it's tough. But I find it refreshing. I like their rules. I like the fact that when most programs on their level will sell their soul and are selling their soul to win games, they're saying, look, there's certain things more important than a game. We're trying to teach you how to be a man.
Okay, the question is, can they win a title with these?
They're close now. Brandon Davies apparently lived up to the code last year and was living up to the code for much of this season. So, yeah, it's going to be tough because a lot of players don't want to adhere to that. But coming in, these are the rules. And in football, we saw them winning in '84, but, that was a while ago, but they've been ranked, 9th and 96. They've had good teams. And remember this, you have a lot of players who are raised in religious backgrounds that are socially conservative. Dwight Howard, Blake Griffin, Michael Redd, Charlie Ward. Now, they're not Mormons, and that's a problem in this regard. I don't mean a problem, but they're not going to get
those are individual players. We're talking about,
but that's all. That's what it takes. But if you got a Dwight Howard in college, that's all it takes to get close to a title and maybe win a title.
I agree. I am with you on this one, and I know most people seem prone to scoff at BYU standards, say they're laughably unrealistic. I'm with you. I respect them, and I don't think they're so unrealistic that you can't ever win a championship, because you're right, Chris. This team was poised for takeoff. I was making a case 2 days ago on this show. I'm not sure, but what BYU is the best team in the country right now. They're playing like the best team. It's been, you can argue, their greatest basketball season ever with those 2 wins over San Diego State, especially the one Saturday. They were threatening to become a 1 seed with Jimmer leading the way. Would they not have become maybe America's team, America's darling, and we could have seen a Final Four appearance, which would have been very memorable and valuable to that school long term? But I have to say, I don't know what Brian Davies did to violate the code, but I can tell you this, it wasn't a misdemeanor. It wasn't minor, because within 1 day, they said they only found out about it on Monday. Within 24 hours, the powers that be stood up and said, no probation, because sometimes you get probation under the code. He is out. He is gone. So somebody said that honoring the code at BYU is going to be far more important than maybe winning a national championship in basketball, or at least getting to a Final Four.
We're talking about like clean language and dress and grooming standards.
Okay, but here's the point. I don't think it's that somebody via cell phone captured Brandon Davies sipping a coffee at the Starbucks. Okay. We're not talking about that.
I know the rules are the rules, but you know what? You went to Vanderbilt. And I don't know what you have to say about their academic standards and if they can compete in the SEC with those academic standards. Do you think at Vanderbilt they can win a title with the academic standards? We assume that they have academic standards along with these code of conduct.
In what sport?
How about Stanford?
Which sport?
In basketball or in football?
In basketball, Vanderbilt could definitely win a national championship. In fact, they came within a couple of points of beating Kentucky at Kentucky last night. Don't get me started on that.
I think you're being a homer now.
No, I'm not. But I'll say this.
But that's besides the point.
In football, no. I mean, look. It's not even realistic.
BYU's been in football.
BYU's been a top program for years. Now, do you get over the hump? I mean, a lot comes into that, catching breaks. I mean, but can you be one of those teams that's every once in a while contends for a championship, be a top-ranked team? Yeah, they've proven that.
Okay, wait a second. BYU won in football because BYU became a destination for quarterbacks nationally because Lavelle Edwards threw 65 passes a game, and kids wanted to play there for that reason.
And the kids, before they go there, they know what the codes are.
You don't have to go there.